It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man.
Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking into the end of The Wicker Man from 1973. Believe it or not, I've never seen the Nicolas Cage remake from 2006.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast!
So we'll be ignoring that one completely.
Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah!
This version, however, is famous for its slow burn mystery, its eerie atmosphere, and one of horror's most unforgettable endings. Police Sergeant Howie travels to the remote Scottish island of Summerisle. He goes there to investigate the disappearance of a young girl named Rowan Morrison. The locals seem welcoming but quite evasive. One minute they're saying they've never heard of Rowan Morrison, the next minute they're saying she's dead. Sergeant Howie is a devout Christian. He's deeply moralistic and increasingly disturbed by their customs. The tension rises as he discovers the villagers are practicing pagan fertility rituals that are completely at odds with his beliefs. The entire community seem to be hiding something, getting together to hide this information from Sergeant Howie.
But they are naked.
It's almost like they're trying to mislead him. They lie about Rowan's existence, they speak in riddles, and they perform bizarre ceremonies while he watches them helplessly. The rural setting feels idyllic but masks a deep, unsettling groupthink. The islanders' unity and secrecy create an atmosphere of paranoia. Sergeant Howie realises he's been manipulated, but he can't figure out exactly why until it's too late. Let's look into those pagan rituals. Summerisle's culture is based on ancient Celtic paganism predating Christianity. May Day is their biggest festival, featuring elaborate masks, fertility dances, ritual theatre, and phallic symbols. Sexuality is treated as part of religious worship, but Howie is scandalised by a public coupling ritual and by a naked, trance-like dance to seduce him. The Wicker Man itself is a giant effigy built to hold a human sacrifice, meant to appease their gods and ensure a bountiful harvest when crops fail. Sergeant Howie believes that Rowan is that sacrifice and he tries to find her so he can save her. Unfortunately for Howie though, it's an elaborate ruse. Rowan leads him willingly into their final trap. He's the real intended sacrifice, a virgin, a man of authority, he's a police officer, who came of his own free will, fitting their ritual requirements perfectly. The villagers cheerfully lock him inside the massive Wicker Man statue and then they set it ablaze on the cliffs. As he screams prayers to God, they sing pagan songs, celebrating the sacrifice that they believe will secure their harvest. It's a devastating ending showing the triumph of the islanders' belief system over Howie's inflexible faith. You notice a lot of symbolism throughout the movie, including this green man symbol. The green man is an ancient symbol of nature's cycles, rebirth, fertility, and death feeding new life. Summerisle's entire worldview is built around these ideas. Sacrifices ensure survival, and death is part of nature's balance. Lord Summerisle explains it almost rationally, arguing it's simply what their existence requires. On the other hand though, Howie, a devoutly Christian man, can't comprehend or accept this worldview, making him both victim and necessary offering in their cycle of life and death. I was late to the party with the original Wicker Man, so when I watched it, I saw a lot of inspiration in other movies that came from the Wicker Man. Midsommar borrows heavily from the Wicker Man, outsiders lured into a remote, tight-knit community with unsettling rituals and hidden motives. And of course, both films end horrifically. Men from 2022 uses strong pagan imagery and directly features the Green Man motive, evoking the same unsettling countryside mystique and ancient symbolism. Hot Fuzz might be a comedy, but it riffs directly from The Wicker Man, a police officer visiting an isolated village, uncovering a murderous conspiracy justified as the greater good.
Greater good.
How can this be for the greater good?
There's even a direct casting nod. Edward Woodward, who plays Sergeant Howie in The Wicker Man, appears in Hot Fuzz as Tom Weaver, one of the sinister villagers. So what is the horrifying truth behind the ritual? The Wicker Man is ultimately about a clash of a belief system. Strict Christianity versus older, nature-based pagan traditions. The villagers see their actions as necessary, even moral, to ensure survival in a harsh environment. Howie sees them as evil and refuses to adapt or compromise, remaining rigid and judgmental. The true horror lies in the villagers' calm, communal agreement to commit murder for the greater good.
How can this be for the greater good? Shut it!
Forcing us to question whether morality is absolute or shaped by necessity and tradition. Over 50 years later, The Wicker Man remains one of the greatest folk horror films ever made, with an ending that still shocks and unsettles today. Its legacy is seen everywhere, from prestige horrors like Midsommar to dark comedies like Hot Fuzz.
Shut it!
It's a chilling story about faith, tradition, and the dark side of community, where the line between civilization and savagery blurs. And would you believe that the first time I watched this movie was just a couple of weeks ago, and since watching it, I've watched it a couple of times for this video, but at the same time, I can't get the movie out of my head. It's not the greatest movie ever made, but it's one of those films that makes you think, and it's a film that you know just wouldn't be made today.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
It is a movie that I feel is ahead of its time, because I feel like it's not just a basic horror film, it's a film that makes you think not just about life, but makes you think about faith and other things. So what do you guys think of the ending to The Wicker Man? What are your thoughts on the pagan aspect of it, and what is your interpretation as to what went down at the end of the movie? As always, guys, leave your comments and opinions down below. Let me know what you think, and as always, thanks a lot for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon.
How can this be for the greater good? Shut it! I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back!